So there's another group here. I think there are 4 groups. 3 or 4. Just kind of pointed my gun at him and nothing happened. Die! I don't even know what the hell happened back there. Dead. Oh, it did nothing? Oh, who the hell's over here? Oh, bioengineer. Dead. Alright, that works too. Mr. Turrets. Yeah, it's over here. Now, this is actually fairly different. There's another iteration. This one's randomized as well, it seems. The iteration of this mission that I most commonly find is you're freeing the laborers and planting explosives to blow this place sky high. I haven't been called to do that. I've only been called to tag ore samples for some reason. Hey, asshole. Holy shit! God damn, Nell! So Nell is apparently a sentinel. Holy shit! She was on him like white on rice. So this weapon that I'm using is a Sunkatse Falcon. Sunkatse was introduced. It's sort of an arena, kind of like outer space MMA, starring The Rock. Yes, there was a Star Trek episode with The Rock in it. Okay, you dead. Give me this. And this was a melee weapon introduced in the new Cloaked Intentions featured episode series. And I like it quite a bit more than the Batleth. Apparently it's not going to give me any dialogue options. It's just going to say, okay, you're done. I'm cool with that. Oh god, wrong way. That was close. I like this one quite a bit. Quite a bit more than the Batleth. It's a bit more flashy, and you know what? It's you know what? I don't really like the Batleth all that much. This one is just a fucking sword. You know? It's just a sword, and your character looks like a badass when they've got it out. You know, as opposed to the Batleth, which never shows up unless you're actually using it. This one, you actually have it out. You're actually just standing there with it, and you're just ready for fucking anything. Cut the shit out of whoever opposes you. I like this one way better. And it's flashier too, which is always nice. Alright, I do believe that is it, so let's get out of Dodge. Apparently we're leaving the enemy stronghold intact for whatever reason. Fuck knows why. Oh god. So, Ambassador Sarah. I'm only oh-godding and one emblem. So, aside from the fact that it's a change of pace for the Deferi daily missions, there's really no reason to do this other than the fact that it's fun. This one only gives you one emblem, but it's actually somewhat entertaining, unlike the other ones in Ada Eridani that just give you one, like Trayless Repair. Although Trayless Repair, to be fair, can be interesting depending on how much you screw it up. It actually gets more interesting if you screw something up, which is, I guess, why I don't like it that much. No. Okay, so we're going to go to Beta Ursay. Oh, God. It's time to do Delta Data, the last... Oh, God. The best way to learn about shuttles is to practice flying them. Of course. I messed that up, sorry. Switch to a shuttlecraft and head out to do some exploration. Gather data from anomalies, and while you're picking up useful materials and information, you'll also pick up performance telemetrics about your shuttlecraft and about shuttle operations in general. Be careful. Shuttlecraft aren't really designed for combat, so you'll want to avoid getting into any fights. Your best bet is probably to head to an exploration area and scan various anomalies there. Try to avoid enemy ships, or you may get more than you bargained for. Oh god, where do I start? So we're going to go to Deep Space Nine to switch to a runabout. Oh god. So you do this mission 10 times. The thing is, you practice flying a shuttlecraft 10 times, and after you complete the 10th time, you get the schematics to craft a Delta Flyer. This is a really long, really boring mission. I'm gonna go out and say it. It's not that fun at all. It doesn't help that shuttles are in this game purely for rule of cool. And I know I say the rule of cool is you know, I can accept when something's in the game only for, you know, to be cool. And the shuttlecraft are really only in this game for the sense of scale they afford. Like, if you take a Type 8 shuttle and you fly around, everything is huge. And that's all. And that's it. That's all they're there for. It's just scale. You know, it's there for scope. You know, flying around a giant Galaxy-class behemoth in a tiny Type 8 shuttlecraft is really cool, because you get to appreciate how big everything really is in this game. Because scale is really not something this game does very well. Deep Space Nine is over there. But, oh god, what can I do? What data can I amass in a shuttlecraft that I can't amass in a Galaxy-class starship? Is the thing. Why do I have to go to a starbase and switch to a shuttlecraft to do this? It blows my mind. I'm in a Galaxy-class starship. I'm in a ship built for research and exploration with its own research, cybernetics, astrometrics, stellar cartography. It's got its own machine labs. It's got its own biological labs. It's got its own fucking zoos. Okay? This thing is huge. If you've ever seen TNG, you've seen how big this ship that I'm in is. It's huge. It has its own museums. It has its own arboretums. It has its own public schools. It has its own zoos. It's huge. And it's built for exploration and for research. So what can I do in this ship? What research data can I amass in a small shuttlecraft that's not built for long-distance exploration and research that I cannot amass in this ship? which was built for that very purpose. It makes no sense. It doesn't help that it's incredibly tedious to have to go to a starbase just to switch to another ship, and then have to go back to a starbase just to switch back. Anyways. Oh God. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was referring to. When we get into Delta Data, I talk about why I can't do this in a Galaxy class. Now, in Cryptic's defense, I will be fair. They are working on adding a functionality to the ship interior that will allow you to switch from your ship to a shuttlecraft. They're working on adding shuttle bays, which will be a godsend for missions like this. Of course, by the time they've added that, I won't care because I'll already have a Delta Flyer, which, from the selection of shuttlecraft in the game, is arguably the best one the Federation has. I don't know about the Klingons. I haven't looked at Spider Mitch's Klingon ship chart, which I would very much recommend. I'll put a link to Spider Mitch's ship charts because they are incredibly helpful. So I'll put a link to those in the description. So yeah, I'm gonna stop recording now, and I'm gonna go into Deep Space Nine and get my runabout. I took a Type 8 last time. I'm gonna take the runabout this time. I don't really like Type 8. Makes everything look huge. That's kind of cool, but I don't know. The runabout. I just like the runabout better. You know, Type 8's from Star Trek Voyager, runabouts from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, do the math. Besides, the runabout is more like a small starship, even more so than the Delta Flyer. The runabout is like a, well, yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a mini starship. In fact, there were a couple episodes of TNG that revolved around a runabout. One of them was, God damn it, why do I remember the name of this episode? God, Timescape was set. The runabout was basically, the Enterprise was frozen in time, and several of the Enterprise crew are aboard a runabout, and the runabout served as their base of operations for the entire episode. It was actually a good episode. And it's yet another occasion where Picard leaves Riker in command and something horrific happens to the ship. So, why did you leave him in command in Generations? Okay, before I start going off on wild tangents, I'm going to stop recording and switch to my runabout. Not because I'm not going to go on wild tangents, but because I'd rather save them for this mission because it's long and it's boring and there's not much to talk about. So I'll be right back. Oh God, this is almost embarrassing. So here we are with a runabout. It is a far cooler ship than the Type 8. For some reason it defaults to the shitty looking Type 4 hull, which is pitch black. I changed it to the pure white hull, which is closer to what it looked like in Deep Space Nine, and wow, that went fast. So as you can see, I'm zoomed all the way in. You can see how everything looks bigger. Let's do a flyby of this Nebula class. This would look even bigger if I were in a Type 8, because for some reason, people become half as tall in a Type 8 shuttlecraft, and as a result, it's incredibly small compared to a runabout. But, you get my point. Everything's, like, way bigger. Like, the station is way bigger, everything's bigger. Okay, let's go. So we're in the runabout chambers, and we're going to head to a... we're going to head to an exploration cluster to scan the random shit that pops up. And that's literally all you do. That's it. God, even the runabout, even the Defiant class ships look big in the shuttlecraft. Okay, that's not it. We're going to go to the Rollor Nebula because it's right there. And this shuttlecraft is capable of quantum slipstream, making it quite possibly the fastest runabout ever built. I like the chambers. I like runabouts in general. Like I said, these are like small starships. These were Deep Space Nine's answer to the Enterprise, kind of. The entire show was set on a station, but they realized that they had a giant wormhole right next to it that they could go through and explore all kinds of unknown, unexplored worlds, and they needed a small ship that the characters could do that on, and that's why the Runabout was created. Actually, the Defiant started out as a runabout. It started out as a bigger, tougher runabout sort of ship. Alright, here we go. And this roll bar up top, I'll zoom in on it once we get into the Roller Nebula. This roll bar up top is actually an optional modification in the series, but it seems to be mandatory now because all of them have it. And what this is a torpedo launcher. It fires miniature torpedoes, and unlike the ships, well, the starships themselves did have a limited ammo supply, but it was in the hundreds. You know, they had hundreds of photon torpedoes. But the shuttlecraft would have micro torpedoes, and it would have a limited supply. No, we don't want to go into the unknown system. We can't possibly defend ourselves against anything. But it had a limited supply of torpedoes. You know, maybe... what was it, like a dozen shots? Close to that, at most. It couldn't have been over a dozen.